Prince Harry should be awarded up to £320,000, €372,577, in compensation over the alleged misuse of his private information by a tabloid newspaper publisher, his lawyers have told the High Court. Harry, 38, is suing Mirror Group Newspapers, MGN, for damages, claiming journalists at its titles, The Daily and Sunday Mirror and Sunday People, were linked to methods including phone hacking, so-called blagging or gaining information by deception, and the use of private investigators for unlawful activities. In a court document released to the media on Friday, the final day of a trial in London, Harry's legal team set out its suggestions for the amount of money Harry could receive if a judge rules in his favor. Harry alleges 147 stories from 1996 to 2010, published by MGN titles, used information obtained through unlawful means. The articles cover his relationship with his family and ex-girlfriend Chelsea Davy, a few injuries and illnesses, his military service and allegations of drug use. Some 33 articles, dated between 1996 and 2009, were selected for examination during the trial of Harry's, and others contested claims against the publisher. In the document, Harry's lawyers suggested he could be awarded up to £320,000, €372,577, if his case is successful in relation to all of these 33 stories. He may also be awarded more if the judge, Mr. Justice Fancourt, concludes Harry is also entitled to aggravated damages for additional distress or injury to feelings arising from the nature of the alleged wrongdoing. Harry has previously told the court that MGN's alleged intrusion into his life contributed to a huge amount of paranoia in his relationships. In his witness statement, the Duke said that he found it very hard to trust anyone, which led to bouts of depression and paranoia. The highest amount sought for one article is £25,000, €29,120, in relation to a December 2003 story in The People. The double-page article reported a disagreement between Harry and his brother William, now Prince of Wales, about whether to meet former royal butler Paul Burrell over his ongoing exposes about our mother. Harry claims the article's author was a habitual commissioner of private investigators and that the reported phrase two-faced shit he used to describe Mr. Burrell could have been taken from a voicemail. MGN has claimed the information came from a confidential source who specialized in royal matters and there was no evidence of phone hacking. Harry's lawyers also suggest he could be awarded up to £20,000, €23,296, in relation to a front-page Mirror story in January 2002 entitled Harry's Cocaine Ecstasy and GHB Parties. The article claimed that some of the Duke's friends had taken hard drugs in front of him, including ecstasy, cocaine and GHB, reporting that the then Prince of Wales, now the King, was terrified. Harry said in his evidence to the court that it is not clear to me where the defendant's journalists could have possibly obtained these quotes from. However, MGN deny unlawful activity and said there is no evidence of phone hacking. MGN has told the trial that it denies that 28 out of the 33 articles involved unlawful information gathering and that it was not admitted for the remaining 5 articles. The publisher claims the stories came from a range of sources, including information disclosed by royal households or other royals, freelance journalists, and news agencies, as well as confidential sources with extensive royal contacts. Its lawyers have said Harry should be awarded up to £500, €582, in damages for one admitted instance of unlawful information gathering in February 2004. Andrew Green KC, for MGN, previously told the trial that it unreservedly apologizes for this occasion and that it accepts he was entitled to appropriate compensation. The barrister said that it was admitted that a private investigator was instructed by an MGN journalist at The People to unlawfully gather information about his activities at the China White nightclub one night in February 2004. Mr. Green said that there was a People article published in February 2004 giving the recollection of a woman Harry spent time with at the club. but later told the court that it was not one of the 33 stories selected for the trial of Harry's claim, so it is not alleged that this instruction led to the publication of his private information. The barrister also said MGN had set out the appropriate award should the judge find any of the articles complained of were the product of unlawful activity. According to Harry's lawyers, MGN had suggested a potential total figure of £37,000, €43,103. MGN lawyers have also argued that there is nothing significant in Harry and others' claims to warrant any award of aggravated damages. In written arguments, they add that the court should ensure any award is proportionate, saying that figures proposed by the claimants would be grossly disproportionate given the absence of evidence and relatively limited interference in their private lives. Harry's case is being heard alongside similar claims by actor Michael Turner, who is known professionally as Michael Lavelle and best known for playing Kevin Webster in Coronation Street, actress Nikki Sanderson and comedian Paul Whitehouse's ex-wife Fiona Whiteman. MGN is largely contesting the claims and denies that any of the articles complained of resulted from phone hacking, while contending that the vast majority did not arise from any other unlawful activity. Hello guys, welcome back to Royal Family Activity, and today we have the latest from the court case against Associated Newspapers, which is going through the Crown Courts. I don't believe we will ever hear the complete truth of what is going on here, but once again, the claim is that much of the media are up to all sorts of illegal actions in order to obtain information and that there are links and connections to the firm. Announced today in court, it says Prince Harry entitled to £320,000 compensation in hacking case, lawyers say. We have to remember Harry is just one of many people involved in these cases. Prince Harry should be awarded up to €577 is common compensation over the alleged misuse of his private information by a tabloid newspaper publisher. His lawyers have told The High Harry is suing Mirror Group newspapers MGN for damages, claiming journalists at its titles The Daily and Sunday Mirror and Sunday People will link to methods including phone hacking, so-called blogging or gaining information via deception, and the use of private investigators for unlawful activities. Amounts being claimed were released on the final day of the trial. Examining Prince Harry's lawyers have asked for up to £30,000 each for stories about his ex-girlfriend Chelsea Davy and a barrister for Mirror Group newspapers. MGM said this week the Duke of Sussex was only entitled to £500 for a private investigator's attempt to. The highest damages application is for a 2005 splash on the front page on in the Daily Mirror, which reported the Prince's then-girlfriend to Chelsea Davy was to dump him. Harry alleges 147 stories from 1996 to 2010 published by MGN titles used information obtained through the articles cover his relationship with his family and his ex-girlfriend Chelsea Davy, a few injuries and illnesses, his military service, and allegations of drug. Showcased was an article entitled